Today I'll be looking at the Westinghouse igen4500 dual fuel inverter generator. This unit is made in Vietnam. Virtually all of the generators in this category are made either in China, Vietnam, or Malaysia. This unit runs on propane or gasoline. On gasoline, it has a duty rating of 3,700 watts, 4,500 watts peak. On propane, a 3,330 watt duty rating and a 4,050 watt peak. I've already installed a quick connect on the propane hose and an oil drain hose. Check out my video on the installation of the quick connect and the oil drain hose, please. Quick look at the panel. Rocker switch in the upper left here, illuminated rocker switch is the main power on off. Start. I don't have fuel hooked up, so I'll shut that back off. Eco mode. This is the running generating power indicator. Battery maintainer. Fuel input for the propane. I've installed a quick connect. I made another video on that. Your fuel selector, propane, gasoline. You can also use this to run the carburetor dry by turning it to the propane selection, and it will run until the carburetor is dry. Unless you've got propane hooked up and turned on, it will automatically begin running on propane as soon as the gasoline is run out of the carburetor. As long as there's gas in the carburetor, it's going to run on that gas in the carburetor. So this shuts off the fuel, and if there is propane available, it'll run on that. If not, it just quits. We've got two USB ports here. I used my iPhone on it. The iPhone is happy using those USB ports. You've got a reset button here. They've really gone overkill on the breakers and reset buttons. I'm not sure if that is a main reset or if it's just for the front panel here. They're a little bit vague on that, but reset button. You've got your data center here. It's they estimate the amount of runtime on the fuel remaining, power output in kilowatts. This is the fuel in the gasoline in the fuel tank in liters, voltage output, and then lifetime runtime of the unit. And this does not automatically cycle through each one. There's a button here so you can select which of the parameters you want to view, and then it stays with that one until you change it. On the left hand side here, This has a series of lights that illuminate here. On the left, you've got your fuel remaining. It does turn red down here at the bottom when it gets down to empty. On the right-hand side is your amount of load that you've applied to the generator in percentage. Next to that is the ground strap, ground lug. It's a floating neutral. Above that is your round bayonet style parallel plugs. Then you've got breaker reset buttons for the 20 amp plugs and the 30 amp RV plug. Two 20 amp standard 520R style receptacles, a 30 amp TT30R RV plug receptacle, and then yet another breaker. So again, they've definitely been generous handing out the breakers. Down below here, you've got a telescopic handle. Just pushes into the unit like that. I imagine they put it down below to save space for the fuel tank above. That's only my speculation, but that kind of makes sense, that if that was retracting into the top, that would probably interfere with the fuel tank. On the right hand side of the unit is the recoil starter. This is the access panel for the oil fill and oil drain. I've installed a magnetic dipstick on here to try to collect any ferrous metals that may be floating around in the oil. Over here you've got the oil drain. I've installed a drain tube here to simplify the maintenance process on here. It's threaded for metric. It's a 10 millimeter with a 1.25 pitch. So I've installed this drain unit, and I also, to level it out, I nibbled out this little area down here with my Dremel for the hose to sit so that it's down at the proper level. But the unit comes with just a regular drain plug in there. Then there is a little reservoir area in the bottom here that's walled off, and there is a plug in the bottom. So as the unit comes, you would just pull the plug, back off the 10 millimeter plug, remove the 10 millimeter plug, and drain the oil, replace the plug, fill the oil. They also include this little funnel that threads in, which, yeah, it's kind of chintzy, but it is nice. It's a lot better than a funnel because you're not going to have overflow running out around the base of the tube as you would with a funnel. This is the battery access door. Quick connect on the starter battery. It's a 12 volt, 6.5 amp hour sealed lead acid battery. This little shiny thing here, that's the tip of my oil drain tube. You've got your serial number and information sticker on the back here with the part number, revision number, serial number. Of course, the back of the unit is where the exhaust comes out. You've got the cooling air comes out this vent area, and then the actual exhaust is here with a removable, serviceable, apparently spark arrestor. On the left-hand side of the unit is access to the engine and carburetor and air filter. These top screws are combination flathead, Phillips head screws. These ones on the bottom are combination flathead, Phillips head, and hex 10 millimeter. With the access door removed here, you've got your air filter. Of course, that's the valve cover with the rebreather here. Choke, fuel solenoid, fuel drain screw, fuel drain hose, spark plug, back up front here is the inverter unit. Everything appears to be potted. It's like 3 very large electrolytic capacitors all in a row there. The air filter appears to be fairly easy to access. It's just a foam filter. It's oil impregnated foam filter. Well, that's pretty easy. Can access the air filter with one hand, so that's kind of impressive. Anyway, there's a look inside the side access panel. Everything looks like it's really quite easily accessible. that's it for the fuel or the engine access panel. Up top, it has a 3.4 gallon, 12.8 liter gasoline tank. Nice big, easy to grip cap if you got gloves on. Got a fuel strainer. The tank is metal. I've looked inside there. The tank is all metal. It's a two-piece tank with a seam weld around the middle. Fuel strainer is removable. The cap threads on. It's not a quarter turn type. It actually threads on and then clicks when you've got it tight. A couple of nice handles on the top. And other than a full complement of warning stickers and quick start stickers, that's it up top. The handle is retractable. Slides out. Lift the unit up like that.